Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AG Motion Designs, and in today's videos we are going to create this amazing looping animation inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin. Project files are available in the description, so you can check it out later and you can practice it along with them. And if you're new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition. We will call it as main animation. Width I'm going to choose 1920. Height I'm going to choose 180. Frame rate should be 30 and duration is also 30 seconds. And background color I am going to choose white color and simply hit OK. Then go to choose grid and guide option and hit on title safe action. Now I'm going to press Ctrl N to create another composition. I'll call this comp as 1. And width I'm going to choose 200 and height I'm going to choose 180 only, and frame rate is 30 and duration is also 30 seconds and background color is white and simply hit OK. Now we will add our text. I am going to type N over here. Select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Then go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically, and press S for scaling option. Or instead of that, you can go to the character menu and you can increase the size the way you want, like this. I will choose somewhere around 180. You are also free to choose whatever font you want. I'm going to choose the Poppins bold version. Let's select this and press Ctrl Alt Home. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Select our selection tool and I'm going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Press V for selection tool and by holding shift I'll move this over here until it's gonna touch this line which has been created with the help of this title safe action. Now select this text, hit Ctrl D again to duplicate it, and let's move this over here. Also the same case, it should touch this line properly, like that. Now I'm going to select this text and this middle one, hit Ctrl T to select your text tool. Select this text and press M on your keyboard to type this text, like that. So this is gonna be our text thing. Now I'm going to create one stroke with the help of this pen tool. So I'm gonna delete this fill. So let's delete this fill, and for the stroke I'm going to choose 5 pixels, and from here to here I'm going to create one stroke, like that. Select this, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center, at least for now. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally only. Now press Y on your keyboard to select your pen behind tool, and by holding Ctrl I am going to drag this anchor point over here, like that. Select this shape layer, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, press P for position, and let's move this over here, like that. Then press S for scaling option and unlink this chain, and we will decrease this size, like that, so it's gonna touch this thing over here. Now let's select this stroke and press S. Let's unlink this, create one keyframe over here, zoom in and go to around 2 seconds and create another keyframe. Now go to the start and let's make this 0, so we will get this kind of animation. Now I'm going to select both the keyframes and I'm gonna hit F9, so if you see, we will get this kind of stuff. Now select this text, press Pre for position, create one keyframe, go over here and create another keyframe, like that, and let's move this over here so we can see both these things alongside. And now we will enable this option only, so we can only see these two. So initially I'm going to select this text and I'll move this over here, like that. As you can see, my stroke starts from here, so I'll hit Ctrl R to create this ruler, and I'll move this, go to the start frame, and I'll move my anchor point over here. As you can see, it should start from here. Let's delete this keyframe for now and press Y to select our pen behind tool, and we will move this anchor point over here, like that. Let's go over here, and now we will move this text over here like this. Let's make this fit. Now we will select those keyframes and we will hit F9. So if you see, we will get this kind of proper animation. We will select this text, press S for scaling option, create one keyframe, hit U, go over here, create another keyframe, go to the start, and let's make this 0. Select those keyframes and hit F9. So we will get something like this. Now after that, we will select this shape layer. We will go to around 20 frame forward, and let's make this 0 again, like this. And at this point, I'm going to enable this layer, which is over here, and I'm going to, let's hide these two layers, and we will need to focus on this one. So let's move this at the top so we can focus on these two only. And let's select this and let's move this over here. Also, we'll select this shape layer and we'll move this over here like that. Now what we need to do, I'm going to select this shape layer, which is this one, and I'm going to copy these keyframes. I'll hit Ctrl C. I'll select this shape layer, press S and press Ctrl V to paste it. Also, I'm going to select this text, press P for position, create one keyframe over here, go over here and create another keyframe. Now go to the start, and now I'll bring another ruler over, line over here, so I can see what is the origin point. Select our selection tool, and with the help of that I can see this origin point. So I can select my text, this text, and I can adjust the anchor point over here. By holding shift you can snap this properly. Now select this text, press S, create one keyframe over here, let's make this 0, go over here, let's make this 100, like that. Now hit U so we can see all the keyframes and hit F9. So if we see this animation, we will get something like this. But as you can see, we are getting some weird stuff over here. So to get rid of it, what we will do, we will see, let's see, hit U. Yeah, so as you can see, because we have copied these keyframes, this has happened. So for that, what we'll do, we will select this, and in shape, at this point I'll move this keyframe over here. So if you see now, we will get something like this. Now we will disable this, and if you see these things now, let's see what we are getting. We are getting something like that. Yeah, so now when I'll select this M, hit U, so we can see whenever it's gonna touch at this point, let's select this shape layer, hit U, so we can see the keyframe. At this point my shape layer is gone, so I'll select this text, press S, create one keyframe and go few frame forwards, and let's make this 0, so it will disappear. Select those keyframe and hit F9, like that. Select those keyframe and hit Ctrl C to copy. So this is my shape layer, hit U. At this point this M should disappear, so hit U, Ctrl V to paste that keyframe. So if you see this animation properly, we are getting something like this, then something like this. So this is gonna be my last animation point, which is 5.20 frames, like this. Hit U. Now I'm going to go in main animation, and I'll bring this thing over here, and if you see this animation over here, we are gonna get something like this. Yep. Now let's select this one and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, go inside this, and now we have to change the text. For this, hit Ctrl T. I'm going to type I, which is nice. Over here we need O, so let's see this. Now if you see, as you can see, we are getting this gap over here. So to get rid of that, we have to adjust the keyframes again. So I'll select this shape layer, I'll hit U. Let's go at this point and we will increase the size of it like this, and let's see, we are getting this kind of stuff. Also select our selection tool, and if you see this thing starts from here, and for this text hit Ctrl T, let's call it as I. So we'll get something like this, and we will select the shape layer, press P for position, and let's move this over here. So we will get something like this. So now this animation looks good. Now select this 2 and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, double click on it. So we will open this. Now instead of I, we need C over here. As you can see, again this this shape starts from here, so press P for position. Let's move this over here like this. Also we need to change this one. We need V for this text, and let's adjust the text first, and for this we need C, sorry, over here. So now as you can see, this thing is not at proper position. So for that we will select this shape layer and this one, and we will enable this option so we can see them only, and select our selection tool, and we will bring our line over here so we can see properly. Now select this V, press P for position, and let's move this over here. So as you can see, we are getting some proper results. We will select the shape layer, we will hit U. As you can see, this line goes out of the text, so let's scale it properly like this. Let's disable this option. Now as you can see, we are getting some troubles with this C, so I'm gonna select this shape layer, we will hit U, and let's increase the size over here. And we will enable this and this with the help of this icon, and we'll bring this line over here, and we'll select this alphabet and press P. Let's move this over here. So this animation is also done. Now select this, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, double click to open this. Now this is going to be our final. I'm tap E. This should be also E. Now again we need to change some settings for this stroke. Select this text and hit E. Yeah, I think they are good. Yeah, so our animation for all the text are done. So we will bring this 2 over here, this 3 over here, and this 4 over here. Select this, press V, and let's move this over here. Select the second. Let's go few frames forwards like this until we get move. So let's move, O should be here. Select this 4 and let's move this over here. Let's go inside this one and hit U. As you can see, my last keyframe is at over here. Let's go to the main animation, and I'm going to hit N over here, which is for around 5.20 frames over here. So this is going to be my looping point. So now let's go inside this one, and now over here we have to do certain things. Now I'm going to select all of them, and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift C, and I'll call it as N and M, and hit OK like this, and press P for position. Create one keyframe over here and one keyframe over here. Now we will remove these lines, and I'm gonna move this thing over here like that. Let's press Ctrl R to open this ruler, and we will bring this thing over here like that. Now I know that my looping point is at over here, so I'll move this thing over here again, and make sure this end gonna touch this line, just like in the initial frame. This is gonna touch the line. It should be same. So as you can see, if you see this animation over here, we will get something like this. Yup. So now select this keyframe and hit Ctrl C to copy this keyframe. Now go to 2, go to the start and select all of them, press Ctrl Shift C. Make sure to move all attributes inside this. I'll call it as IO and hit OK and press Ctrl V. So we will get the same results over here also, and if not, press U and make sure that this should touch this line, or I think we don't need to adjust it over here, but make sure that you are going to copy this keyframe by hitting Ctrl C. Go over here and make sure that you are applying this, and select, go to the 3, select all of them by hitting Ctrl A, press Ctrl Shift C and move all attributes inside this and type CV, Shift CV and hit OK and hit Ctrl V. Also go to the 4, select all of them, press Ctrl Shift C and let's call it as EE and hit OK. Go to the start and hit Ctrl V and hit U. Yeah. Now go over here. I'm going to select this comp by holding Alt. I'm going to close it, hit Ctrl D, and with the help of open bracket I'll move this over here. Same procedure we will follow for this one also. Let's go to the last keyframe, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Let's move this over here, select this one, press Alt, close bracket like that. Select this one also, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Go over here, let's move this over here, select this and by holding Alt, close it. Select this, hit Ctrl D, go to the last keyframe, move this over here, select this one, Alt, close bracket and it's closed. So after that it will start to animate again with the help of that. Now we will go to the main animation, and if you see this animation over here, we will get this kind of looping stuff. Now what we need to do, we will go to the 10 frames. We will select this one and let's move this over here, select this one, move this over here, go to 1 frames and let's move this over here. Let's see what kind of time intervals we are getting. Let's go to make this 20 frames, I mean 20 frames distance for each and every one like that. And now we will select all of them by holding Alt, open bracket. We will trim them, go to the start and let's move them over here. Press P for position and let's adjust them at the center like this. So as you can see, after this point we will get this animation in the form of loop like that. So this is how you can create this looping animation. Now there is another thing. If you want that, suppose if you want this should get a rotation animation also, so you can add that also. You can simply press R to create one keyframe. Let's make this minus 90 or something and create one keyframe. Hit U, go over here and let's make this 0. Select those keyframe, hit F9. I'm going to copy this keyframe, hit Ctrl C. I'm going to select this text, hit U, go over here and hit Ctrl V out. So it will apply this rotation animation for them also. Now I'm going to apply this animation for all of them. Hit V, Ctrl V to apply this rotation animation. For this one also hit U, hit Ctrl V. So it will apply this animation for this one also. But as you can see, we are getting a little bit trouble over here. So for that you need to adjust the position of this one also. Let's select this too and enable this. We will select this text. Let's move this thing over here, and we'll move this text over here. So we'll get proper animation for this one. Then we'll go inside this EE. I'm going to select this E, hit Ctrl V. Also select this E, hit U, hit Ctrl V, like that. This C and V stuff is remaining, so I'm going to select this, press Ctrl V. Select this, hit U, go over here, hit Ctrl V, like that. So if you go to the main animation now, you will get this kind of animation, which is gonna be in the form of loop, like that. If you want, select all of them and you can enable their, go inside all of them and you can enable the motion blur option of each and every one. So in your animation you will get a little bit but motion blur also, like that. Hit U. Now select all of them, press Ctrl Shift C, and you can call it as looping comp and hit OK. Hit Ctrl D, select this second one, go to the effect and presets panel and search for find edge effect and apply and make this invert. Go to the start, hit page down button one time and let's move this thing over here. Let's hide this and let's see. Select this, make this invert like that. Move this over here. Let's go to the 10 frames. Select both of them, hold Alt, open bracket, go to the start and let's move them over here. So we will get this little bit of extra addition for this, and this is gonna be in the form of loop. So this is a little bit complex, so I have provided the project files in the description. You can do check it out and you can practice it by yourselves. So that's it for the today's video. We will see you in the next lecture. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. Until then, stay tuned.